Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. My name is Karen, and I'm going to be your facilitator. I'm coming at you right outside San Francisco in Marin County. It is early, but the sun is already coming out, so I have a feeling we're going to have a beautiful day today. And joining me in the chat, supporting you there as my stage manager is Jen O. She's coming on camera and give you guys a little wave, so she's there giving you a little bit of love today in that chat. So is this anybody's very first social? If it is, let us know. Anybody? We're all, no. Okay. Oh, good. Welcome. Okay. Well, then let's take care of a little bit of a housekeeping. Just so you know, this is a camera that's off event for everyone besides myself. So you can be in your pajamas with your coffee cup, and that is totally fine. Also, just know that you can be as active in the chat as you want to be, but you can also just stalk the chat. It is totally fine. Sometimes chat does move fast, and newbies find that they enjoy taking screenshots, following the chat their very first time, and filling out their journal at another social or after the social. Especially if you're someone who wants this to be a very artistic journal with washi tape and things like that. But if you're not and you're like me and it's just one pen and paper, you can definitely get it done in the time period that we have. So we're so excited to have you here. I want to give you a little bit of a grounding before we jump in. I want to congratulate you. I know on a Monday morning, it's really hard to make self-care a priority, and you showed up for yourself. So I'm so happy for that and realize that self-care is not selfish. And then I love this one too. You know, some weeks may be better than others. I know when I facilitated last week, I was saying that I was really struggling with my tranquility for sure. I was really having a hard time with that. And so I picked this slide out just because I thought maybe some of you are kind of in a similar place. Sometimes when you're in a dark place, you think you've been buried, but actually you've been planted. So maybe it's just our time to grow, friends. We are digging into our third week of tranquility. We're going to have this theme for 5 weeks. And before we actually jump into it, oh, Rachel, me too. I wanted to share that Maya, one of our other facilitators, picked out this book, Tranquility by Tuesday. And it really is about using time management skills to be able to help you bring tranquility. So I read it, super fast read, well written, very modern, like they're talking about the COVID pandemic and coming out of the pandemic. So this is a very recent book. But I wanted to share their little top tips. And I thought that you might, this might be something that is beneficial for you. So number one, give yourself a bedtime. Go to sleep at the same time every night, even if you have a good reason not to. Sleep hygiene is so important. Sleep is like just as important as whatever you move in your body or whatever you put into your body. If your sleep is off, your whole body is going to be off, no matter how many kale smoothies you have. Number two, this one I think is a little different for us because we don't do our setups on a Friday night. We do them Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, but plan on Friday. Think of your weeks holistically before you're in them. So what we're doing with Silk and Saunders definitely counts. Number three, move by 3 p.m. Do some form of physical activity for 10 minutes the first half of the day. So it can definitely be a little tiny snippet, like just parking at the back of your parking lot at work and just walking up, or set an alarm on your phone to between meetings, take a couple of laps around the office before you sit back down. Doesn't mean you have to run a 5K. Number four, but if you want to run a 5K, I'm not going to stop you. 3 times a week is a habit. Things don't always happen daily because it becomes part of your identity, and awfully can be more doable than always. So think about that. If you accomplish it 3 times in a week, consider it a habit. Number 5, create a backup slot. For me, this is the absolute best one. Make a resilient schedule where your priorities still happen, even when life doesn't go as planned. So an example would be, for me, I try to get about 4 or 5 Pilates classes in for myself, not teaching. And for me to be able to do that, there's something that's going to happen, like a migraine, or your car breaks down, or whatever, your kids get sick, the dog gets sick, your husband, things come up, right? So if I have scheduled 6 Pilates classes in that week, even if I don't miss 1 or 2, I still hit my goal of 4 or 5. Number 6, one big adventure, one little adventure. Each week, do at least 2 things that are worth remembering. So it could be just going, if you are a runner, running a different path for that little adventure, or a new restaurant, or a new path to work, something that's just memorable. And then the big adventures are ones that are more like a half a day road trip kind of thing. That one I know for me is going to be very difficult to try to implement, but I'm up for the challenge. This one, number 7, really important, especially if you are a parent. Take one night for you, commit to an activity you love that is separate from work and household responsibilities. Maybe it's choir practice, maybe you go play a tennis game with your sisters, something along those lines. Number 8, love this one too. This is a really good one if you are using your to-dos for your to-do section. Batch little things. Keep most of your schedule clear from unimportant tasks. So as it comes up, throw it in your to-do list, and then schedule that hour to get all of them done. Because if you're like me, you may log on to do one thing and then all of a sudden you're in Instagram land or you're in emails, etc. Right? I love that, Robin. Yeah, Sonder Socials, absolutely. And then number 9, effortful before effortless. Do leisure activities before passive ones whenever the time opens up. So if you want to read more, you read for 10 minutes before you turn that TV on. So I really enjoyed this book. So these are our community guidelines. I'm just going to leave it up there for a second. Ultimately, be kind to yourself. And if something doesn't fit well with you, it's totally okay for you not to feel something out right now. Just because I facilitate it in this time period, if it doesn't work for you, that's totally okay. You can always sit on it, come back to it later. And if it never resonates with you, that's absolutely fine too. Agenda. So we are going to do our Tranquility Mind Map, our Rosebud Thorn, our weekly setup, and then we will close for the day. Our Tranquil Mind Map this month, we are exploring how we can embrace a sense of tranquility in our lives. We have 5 different weekends to focus on tranquility this month. This month, we're going to focus, or this week, we're going to focus on, you'll have to wait for just a second. This is absolutely not in your journal. This is exclusive to the weekly setups. So feel free to do this in a blank page in your journal. The quote on page 38, you can see an example of someone used it there. The definition page, the weekly scratch pad, a sticky note, wherever it is that you want to do it. And so we've thought about our thoughts with tranquility, our emotions and feelings. Today, we're going to talk about being active. How might you want to be more active to bring out a sense of tranquility? For me, it is Pilates. Pilates is a lot like yoga. You have that mind-body connection and moving my body, that and walking outside in the sunshine, getting the vitamin D, smelling maybe the redwoods around me, absolutely are some of the ways that help me feel more tranquil. I wanted to share that, we can do things that are active that are not necessarily going to the gym for our workout. So here's a little inspiration. Walk your dog and play fetch, work in your garden, clean your house, lift weights, march in place, or walk around the room while watching TV. I have my Apple Watch and my Oura Ring, and they do my stuff very differently. But one day I was trying to get to my 10,000 steps, and I was sitting there marching in the shower. No one could see me, thank goodness. At work, walk at lunch, exercise in your chair, even if it's just simple stretches. Take the stairs, stand while on the phone, reading or eating. I know when my husband's not on a Zoom call, he walks the neighborhood if it's just an auditory call. Talk face to face with your coworkers. Just get out of your seat, walk over to them. When you're out, go dancing, do Tai Chi, take a walk after dinner, park away from the front door, wear a pedometer. Now understand, some of us do have chronic pain, and it definitely gets in the way of being active for us some days. And that is absolutely okay. But when we can, we do. And why do we do? Because there's so many benefits of being physically active, maintaining a healthy body weight, lowering blood pressure, disease, decrease the risk of heart disease, lowers the risk of type 2 diabetes, reduce the risk of certain cancers, increases muscle strength and function, improve bone and health strength. That's so important for women, especially so you don't end up with osteoporosis or pinya. Helps promote positive mental health. I 100% agree that exercise can act as well as an antidepressant. I've been on and off antidepressants my life since I was 16, and currently I'm not having to because I'm able to control it with physical activity. Is that going to work for everyone? No, absolutely not. But it does work for me. And then the very last thing is reduce the risk of dementia. Who doesn't want that? There's always some sort of movement that might work for you. I teach aqua aerobics. That can be a no impact workout. I've also taught chair classes. And you know what? I've gone to a couple of chair classes that have been really tough. So even if you have a mobility issue, there is a way for you to be able to find some tranquility by moving your body. So I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to give you some time to fill out this mind map. Okay, it sounds like you guys have a lot of ideas and ways to be active to bring around tranquility, from tango dancing to cleaning the house or playing tag with the dog and your husband, which I absolutely love. So playful. So we're going to dig into our next section, which is whoop, one too far. Our rosebud thorn. You can find this in last week's page 36. So we're on page 36 in your journal. Rose is a highlight. A bud is an emerging opportunity and a thorn is a challenge. So I'll go ahead and share mine with you. So a rose this week is that I was able to go to the symphony to see one of the Harry Potter movies with my husband, and he surprised me with box seats, and it was so much fun. A bud is an emerging opportunity. I am definitely looking forward to trying to find a place for my own personal studio with a partner. So we are looking to find a commercial real estate person. I've already texted one, and I'm hoping that we can find the perfect piece of property. And then that thorn is that challenge. And the challenge is that I put my notice in, I'm giving the owner 30 days. And today, right after this, I have to have that uncomfortable conversation of why it is that I quit. So send me some good juice after this, because I'm gonna need it. All right, so let me go off camera and get a song going for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and dig into our main event. We are on page 40 and 41 in our journal. So we're gonna dig into page 40. Now, I'm not gonna go through all of these, but I'm gonna leave this up here for a second. If you were brand new or you do not have a screenshot of this, and you are someone who is interested in trying repurposing, this is a really great screen to capture. Because if the journal doesn't work for you, any of these sections can be repurposed with one of these ideas. I'm going to go through some examples and then I'm going to break it down in smaller chunks and give you time to work. So these are examples I have pulled from Sonder Club. Things that I really like about the one on the left is that she wants to feel calm and that her goals are to find the moments of calm at work and at home. And I know at work sometimes it's not easy to do. Also, she circled the days and X'd out the days that she doesn't plan to do those things. So I really like that take. Over here on the to-dos, love that flower, so fun. And then she's put a really great quote under there for feeling joy, and that she just finds the joy in one of her goals. Love the one on the left-hand side, such cute stickers. And she has the to be list instead of the to-do list, to be present, to be focused, etc., etc. Over here on the right-hand side, I've used this one a couple of weeks, but I really love the bingo that has empty spaces because I fill out mine as things come up so I can do small batching of those things. And so I could fill it in on a bingo board as I went. And also, she is giving how she wants to feel more than just one area. Over here on the left-hand side, we have a need, want, hope section. She wants to feel inspired and helpful. And then over here on the right-hand side, color me happy. So she used that sticker and then put in her goals. And notice that she has the rituals in there, the daily rituals. So it is not wrong to put some of the Silk and Saunders things that you want to do in this journal for accountability. And then also very popular is the to-do space where you write down the things that you have accomplished instead of things that you need to do. Over here on the left-hand side is actually mine. I want to feel tranquil this week. For me, my goal is self-care. I want to do a Silk and Sonder proposal for a couple of events that are based on health coaching. And I want to Pilates practice independently at my house 3 times this week. My to-dos is I need to get some more sleep apnea things, masks and such. So I need to deal with that. And I need to meal prep. I haven't done that yet. I want to walk. I want to do Pilates. I want to have my salads daily. I want to do my Calm app, and I want to do something playful each day. I didn't put numbers beside them this time because I didn't want to. Over here on the right-hand side, love the main character energy as well as the AM, PM, using that to-do section for her morning and evening rituals. So this week, I want to feel, and I love this one. I know it's a Pilates one, but I think it's still super cute. Be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, be sweet on the inside. And that guy over there is Joseph Pilates. He was a real life person. Over here on the right-hand side, stop trying to calm the storm. Calm yourself. The storm will pass. And that is a good reminder for me before I go into that meeting. So I already shared that I want to feel tranquil this week. Throw in the chat how it is that you want to feel this week. Do you want to feel rested, excited? How is it that you want to feel empowered, radiant? Jen's going for energized. What else do we want to feel? Throw it in the chat. Alive. Keep it simple and satisfying. Love that. Creative, playful, on track. Calm, less pain, flexible, bold, grateful, renewed, rejuvenated, flexible. Awesome. I love all of those things. So we are, Amber, that's hilarious. Let's go into our goals section. Now, remember, our goals can support how it is that we want to feel. So you may want to keep that in mind as you do this. I won't go through the type of goals here. I've gone through it a couple of times, but if you're struggling trying to think of goals, take a peruse or a little screenshot of that bottom right-hand corner. But also remember, as you create those goals, you don't need to carry your past, guilt, expectations, others' mistakes, or negativity. Love that. Here are some ways that you can approach your goals. You can look back at your August intentions if you haven't already, or your habits. Maybe a habit isn't going so well and you can have a goal to help support you. You can set your goal through the lens of tranquility. It can be a no goal, like no doom scrolling. You can have outstanding goals that you haven't accomplished that you want to try again on. Or it could be a personal challenge like salad every day this week, or I want to do the yoga challenge, any of those types of things. So I'll give you a little time to work. Okay, so we're gonna look into our to-dos next. So we are still on page 40. We've already talked about the to-dos, and the bingo boards are always very, very popular. Wants and needs is another way. And that Eisenhower matrix on the right-hand side is always a winner if you're feeling overwhelmed, to look at the things that you want to do, things you want to decide, delegate, and delete. So I'll let you work on those to-dos. I love that Jen O picked up on that song. This is actually a really fun playlist. I'll share it with you at the end. It's called Yacht Rock Lullabies Volume 1. So fun. Habits and activities are the next section we're going to dive into. So, what is the difference between that monthly habit? Those are ones you want to do every day. These are things that you may do 3 times a week to be able to create that habit. Maybe it's 5 days a week, maybe it's 1 time a week. So, any way that you do it, there's no right or wrong on that. If you're looking for some inspiration of ideas, here are some fun, healthy habits that you can do. And then I also love this one because I definitely feel this in my soul. Some days we take giant steps, some days we inch little by little. Both are okay and necessary. So working on that bottom of page 40 with those habits. I'll be back in a couple. Okay, we are moving on to page 41. Once again, I'm going to share some examples and then break it down to smaller chunks. So love the one on the left-hand side that it is absolutely fine if something doesn't resonate with you to just cover that section with stickers, especially if it makes you happy when you open up the journal. Over on the right-hand side, meal plan section is the biggest section, so it's the one that's mostly repurposed. And so I like the fact that they're using little reflections here. You could use the little daily prompts, little journal prompts from Silk and Saunders from the app. And then once again, look, they got a little sticker covering some things. Mule section on this one was daily quotes. And over on the right-hand side, I am, I can, I will, I do. She also has her ride and the number of miles that she did. And I love this, a calmness scale. It could definitely be a tranquility scale as well. Over here on the left-hand side is mine for this week. I am focusing on play. I'm in a life coaching group that is the theme this month. So I actually made my bingo board when I hosted that social all about play. So I selected some of those items to put into my meal planner so that I have some time to work on them this week. The Mind Body Health Plan is just planning out my workouts this week. And then one of the things, I have a new recipe I wanted to try with a food pairing. And so I put down what it is I need to purchase to be able to get that going this week. And you'll also notice that there's a little arrow that's going from one side to the next because I realized I didn't have time for a movie at one night. So, it's okay to scratch things out and move things around in your journal. And then this one on the right-hand side, so gorgeous, affirmations, a cleaning, and then instead of a shopping list, that I am enough. So our meal plan is here. And I know we've been talking a lot about glimmers lately, and this will be a really fun place to look for glimmers and record them in that meal plan section. If you don't know what about a glimmer, it's the opposite of a trigger. A glimmer is a tiny micro moment of happiness, a sign of hope. Once you begin to look for them, they will start to appear everywhere. So here's some other examples of repurposing. I will let you get to it. Okay, moving into my personal favorite section of all is the mind body health plan. Love this. This is your reminder if you're someone like me who tries to save everything, like that really expensive candle someone gave you or the body oil that's, not Trader Joe's. Don't ever save anything for a special occasion. Being alive is the special occasion. And then remember, this mind body health plan is there so that you can recharge your batteries, unlike this poor little guy over here who's dying. We got to recharge our batteries. Here are some examples of those. I love a good alliteration, meatless Monday, TV free Tuesday. I always like Tea Tuesday. You can make it into a chore bingo, something I did well, some ways I loved others this week. Using it, repurposing if you for your meal planner, if that section became something else. And then everybody's favorite, that's 7 types of rest. Okay, moving on to our next section, our shopping list. There are some examples. People use it for packing trackers, shopping list, using it for quote, errands, bingo board. Any of those are wonderful ways to be able to do it. All right, I'll give you some time. Oh, so good. If you were wanting to check out what you mentioned, the gratitude practice, that is scientifically proven. I'd like to say that it was mine, but Jen K shared it with us in a weekly social, I think in March. But if you want to see it, definitely you can check out that YouTube channel with that link. Um, yeah, plus a bingo board's always fun, right? So much fun. Our last little section that we are diving into is that I am loving, and I love this quote too. Butterflies cannot see their wings, but the rest of the world can. You're beautiful, and while you may not see it, we can. So I'll play a really quick little song here. Okay. We are going to close out our time together with a little bit of our beautiful page 39 in your journal. So I'm going to give you just a couple of minutes to be able to fill this out. If you don't save your journals, I encourage you to at least save this page or screenshots of this page, because ultimately, after you have a year of these, you have basically a scrapbook of your life. Our time together, unfortunately, is coming to a close. We would love to see your work. That's where we get our examples from. So please, if you're not in Sonder Club, see us in Sonder Club. And don't forget to post your pages if you have something that you're feeling proud of. You never know when it'll inspire someone else. So refer a friend, it's still going on, $10 for them, $10 for you. And you can use it for, the candles. It doesn't have to be the journal. And then also share your feedback. That's where we're going to be looking. If you're looking for a certain time or a certain type of social, that's where you can put that feedback. And then don't forget about that YouTube channel. Now the chat's not there, unfortunately. Sometimes the music isn't, but there are over 500 socials there on demand for you. Let's say you're having a bad day. Maybe you pull one of them up and have a wonderful day because of that. So I'm going to give you my playlist if you are enjoying that yacht rock. And I'm going to lead us out with a little bit of Summertime with Kokomo with the Beach Boys. I thank you so much for being here. And I hope you have an amazing week. Go out and slay.
Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you. Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go? Jamaica, off the Florida Keys. There's a place called Kokomo. That's where you